Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Mage Knight. We played Conquest once in a previous series, and we played Volkara's Return once. I'm going to go back to Conquest. I kind of like the predictable, like you'll just run into some cities and you know roughly how strong they are. And I don't find the Volkara moving around makes that much difference to how I play. Well, that's not true. It makes me like explore less, which I don't know. I'm not that excited about. I kind of dislike it, and the way you have to like backtrack to control where the city shows up, it just feels lame. So I'm just gonna play basic conquest. I'll turn the difficulty up a little bit. I don't know how this does in terms of score. Like on the one hand, you'll tend to have more fame because you defeated more enemies. But on the other, you'll tend to take more wounds. So who knows? Maybe it evens out in terms of score and makes it more difficult to win. Which winning is the main thing. The score is secondary. You could argue the other way. You could say, well, just like play the same difficulty every time and then compete with yourself on score, which is a totally fair thing to do. But I don't know. I like winning, and I like having a challenge, so I want to make it a challenge and then try to win. And I also kind of like the way that the dummy influences the timing of rounds more. Because with Volkar, you can take like a long round and then a short round, and it's like fine. It's the same as two medium rounds. Whereas with dummy, you have to like react to how it's controlling the deck or the timing. So who is this Bravelar? Is that the druid? I think doesn't really matter. And we're playing Goldix, kind of a dragon who loves mana. I do have actually both of my fancy cards in hand, so I can show you. This is a better concentrate. It includes the option to gain a green crystal, and it's +3 on the stronger effect instead of +2. And Crystal Joy is a crystallize that you can use multiple times by discard. When you use this card, you can discard another card to like keep this in hand. So you can turn cards you don't like into crystals if you have time and mana to spare. But I find having mana to spare is not a super common occurrence. All right, what are we going to do first here? Be nice to hit the Mage Tower, wouldn't it? Well, I guess I should look at the spells. Maybe if they all sucked, I would say no. Okay, Restoration heals a lot. Demolish is a nice, like, ignore fortifications kind of thing. Flame Wall is just fine. Restoration is like, I don't know, it's more healing than I usually need. But if you have some units, of course, restoring them is nice. But I don't know, how often does this happen? Not that much, I think. So I think I'd be taking one of the fire spells here. I don't know, or red spells, I guess. It's a more accurate term, even though they're both fire-ish. Who's for sale in the units? Sudum Swordsmen, Thugs, and Savage Monks. So only at the keep are there units for sale. Green, green, white. What can I do with this? Nothing much. It seems pretty bad. Maybe I take planning and play these two cards sideways to move next to the Mage Tower, then crystallize some green for potentially a concentrate, and also to just get another color of mana onto the board. And then depending on who's at the Mage Tower, maybe I go after them next turn, maybe I go after the keep. I guess that's playable. Dummy took the right moment, okay? It's a good outcome. I pretty much never take that one, and it means I get to go early. So we're just gonna play these sideways for move. Oh, there you go. Okay. And crystallize some green. Whoops. Stay down. I could discard one of my cards to keep Crystal Joy in hand, but I like having both of these, I think. Not sure exactly what I'll need them for, but for example, a will-focused improvisation is enough to do 6 damage to kill this guy, so that might be nice. And it's going to ask me, like, it's leaving this here so I can decide whether to clean it up. I'm getting rid of it. There you go. Okay, a couple moves. Looks like we're just going to take a beating from whatever that is, huh? Yeah, I think we got to go in there. I could consider powering a march instead of playing 2 marches so that I have 1 more card to play if that somehow helps me defeat whatever they attack me with. I mean, here's the problem, though. The problem is that a lot of the monsters that can be summoned by a summoner will, like, do enough damage to knock you out, and then you don't get to kill them. Right? Like, let's look at this. Who are the brown monsters that are available? Against a Minotaur, we would have to abort the attack basically by playing improvisation for block, because otherwise we would be knocked out. Gargoyles would be fine. They'd be great, I think. Medusa, we would have to also block a lot and then not get to attack. This would be fine. I would just take 3 wounds. It would take 4 wounds. So, like, 40% of the time in the base game, I have to abort the attack, but at least I don't get knocked out. I just kind of waste a turn, which sucks, but maybe we could get around it. And then over here, there's, I guess, 3 new brown monsters. This would be fine. I would just take 2 wounds. It would be great. Better than Gargoyle, even. Manticore, 2 wounds to hand, 2 to discard is fine. Hydra, 3 wounds is fine. So there are what? 8 different brown enemy types, each occurring equally often. And against 2 of them, I have a bad outcome. And against the other 6, I have a good outcome. And the bad outcome isn't the end of the world. It's going to slow me down, but I can maybe move on. So the alternative would be just head straight for the keep. I mean, I think I can try to combine chances here by moving towards the keep and then changing my mind and going back here if the keep is even worse, although I don't think it will be. Because anytime I'm planning to block here, I can always do it with just the cards Concentrate, Improvisation, and Tranquility. So I could afford to spend all 3 moves getting here if I need to. Alright, let's go. Let's be a little careful here and see who's at the keep. Keep should be much easier, right? Like, there's almost nothing at the keep that I can't handle. Right? The golems, I guess, would be a problem. Well, not a problem. I just couldn't beat them in 1 turn. I'd have to, like, block and then come back with another attempt. So it'd be 3 wounds, 4 wounds, again 4. Again, I guess this is only 3. Ooh, is this 5? Ouch. Well, maybe I would discard improvisation to block 1 or 2 then. Yeah. So against the, what is this, green heroes? I can't really tell what color this is supposed to be. White, maybe? Oh, there's all 4 colors here, I guess. These guys must be white, right? This must be green. Blue and red. Okay. Oh yeah, green, they're fortified. I get it. Sure. That's siege is associated with greenness. So there's 5, 6 new brown enemies in this deck. And oh, but some of them only occur once. So I could fight these heroes. What would happen if I did that? If I spent 3 cards moving in, I'd have to just improvise a block, take 3 wounds, and not get anywhere. But I think the rest of them I could all just take some wounds and then kill them. So that's 1 out of the 8 enemies on this page would be a problem. And then over here, 2 out of 8. So 3 out of 16 enemies at a keep would be a problem. I mean, let's just go for the Mage Tower. The keep is not actually going to be that much better. It's just that I could see whether it would be bad or not without going in. Whereas if I try to assault the Mage Tower and they draw something unpleasant, then, like, I could block and try again, and maybe they'll draw something less unpleasant. Let's just go for the Mage Tower. So, March and Stamina. Okay, hit me. Fine, I'll take it. A werewolf hits me for 7. I have 2 armor, so I take 4 wounds. I counterattack by concentrating on... Wait a minute, do I have to do this? I guess so. Yeah, of course. On improvisation, discarding my March to do 8 damage. That defeats him. With the green mana that I saved, I remove 2 of these wounds. And I choose a spell. Hang on. Give me back 1 of these wounds and my green mana. And I guess since I took a beating, I may as well grab Restoration, and then I won't have to necessarily rest. I can just get the wounds actually out of my deck. And this will sustain me as I continue to take more beatings throughout the game, hopefully. Oh, look at that, more healing. Huh. Oh, and also... Oh, that's right, but there's no one for sale at the Mage Towers here. Okay, but I always like the idea of in need, like you assault a Mage Tower and you're like, please help, I'm bleeding, give me some spells. Could I manage that? 3, 5. I have planning? I'll have 6 cards. So if I discarded everything from hand, or if I happen to draw my influence cards, of which I only have 1 left. I guess I spent the threaten on moving on turn 1. Yeah. Alright, I think I moved with threaten and mana draw. Anyway, this would be kind of cute. I could try buying another spell, but if I did that, I might have to discard the spell that I gain here, unless I'm lucky enough to draw, well, or I have to spend my green mana on it, in which case I could not necessarily play the spell. But I think, oh, wait a minute. I wasn't supposed to see these skills yet. I was supposed to take a spell first. So I shouldn't know that this is here. That makes things more complicated. Oh, I already did. I already gained. Okay. Good. I did things in the right order, and now I'm just like, having seen this, I kind of wish I could change my mind, right? But I can't. Because now I'd be like, oh, I wish I could just put back restoration. Well, I guess I also should have looked at this first, I guess. I didn't need and been like, maybe use that. Because like, I could use it to buy another spell, except all the spells are red. Oh, there is some red in the source. Whew. And I do have green, right? Because I didn't end up powering the Tranquility. So that's the other thing, is I could just like power this for 11 influence. And therefore keep the cards in hand. But I don't really need the cards I have in hand if I'm taking this skill, right? Or if I'm getting rid of all the green mana, so... I think I should take this healing. It's just, I don't know, it's such a waste with all the... with restoration as well. Well, I could take another card that wounds me. Then it wouldn't be such a waste. Yeah, why not? So if I take this, and then this is my skill, does that make sense? Wound myself. I'm at 4. It like doesn't quite, but I don't know. I could just like use this once I assault the keep, basically, would be the idea. Use restoration first, combined with this, then go after the keep, then heal myself. Okay, I think I'm convinced. So we're not buying another spell from them, much as we might like to. Okay, been a complicated early game so far. And I think we just get started moving straight away, right? Let's see who's out there. Alright, so this is 3 wounds. That's a totally manageable amount. In terms of damage, I probably can handle it somehow or other. This gives you red and white, I forgot. That's why the wound is tolerable. So I'm going to draw all but one of these cards. There's a lot of combat and move in there. Yeah, 2 moves and then 4 combat cards. Okay, I think we go for that. Oh, it's all but 2, because I'll have another wound in hand. Still, seems like a good idea. Well, I mean, before I do that, let's just look through the deck, make sure there isn't enough actual damage. So like these guys, I could just take 3 wounds, no problem, or I could play a single block to block one of them. And then I could easily come up with 5 damage, right? Yeah. We play the swiftness and the stamina to get in. And we could like power rage, for example, that would be plenty with like another, any single card. Okay. I gained my wound, I took that, okay. Give me 3 heal. Don't, okay. There you go. Oh, I guess I'm only drawing up to 5, huh? Yeah, all but 2. That's right. I had it counted out, right? I should be paying more attention to. I've been playing so much full card that I've been used to kind of ignoring Dummy, but you do have to pay attention to Dummy's pacing. It seems like he's been going pretty slowly. Only once drawing a single extra card. Okay. So, question: can I just march in there and fight them? If I'm willing to take 3 wounds, then yes. I could rest and discard a wound and a card. What card would that be? Determination, I guess. Then I would draw both of these and then march in, and I don't see how that would be any better. Yeah, it'd be a 5-card hand instead of 4, I guess. Would I be able to avoid wounds that way? Well, suppose I went in now. I'd be spending all these cards, and I'd be drawing these. My reputation would be -1. I'd have a powered promise and a rage. Not enough to hire thugs or go. Oh, I could hire thugs. They like bad reputation. But I could do that then even after resting a turn here, right? If I discarded my... No. Because then I would have to use my influence as a block card or an attack card or something to finish them off, I think, right? Because if I discard this and draw back rage, it hasn't really helped me in terms of combat. It's just discarding the wound and getting back the promise that helps a little in terms of combat. But I think it takes away my ability to hire the thugs. Okay, we should go in this turn. Stamina, swiftness. Oh, also these are heroes, so I'll lose even more reputation. Not that it super matters. And then I just take the 3 wounds, thank you. Power the rage and play determination. That's 6 damage, plenty. And I choose to heal 2 of my wounds with, what is this called? Potion making. Okay. Alright, a tolerable first round. I mean, it's not over yet. He's still going slow. So now we power promise and play raid sideways. I have 5 influence. I don't really need to play the raid sideways, but I may as well. Because I'm not going to move with it or anything. Or actually, hang on. I wonder if I could use the thugs to do something. Because they have like a way to give you influence, right? Not enough, though. So my reputation is -1. So this is a total of like 4 influence if I were going to hire like the swordsman. Well, if I want to hire the thugs, it's fine because I have actually got 5 here, not 3. So give me thugs. And then if I next turn tap the thugs, I could get 4, 5 reputation, but I would still be at -1 and I still couldn't get the guardsman, so end turn. And I guess if I were like on a Crystal Glade or something, it'd be nice to have this available to end the round, to like not end the round yet, but I'm not, so let's end round. These are removed. We'll try doing a day and a night in each episode, just like the last series, even though it was kind of a slow day. Why do I have 6 cards? I'm gonna keep. Sure, makes sense. So I have basically all my move, or I mean, exclusively move and also Crystal Joy. It's kind of nice. Could start crystallizing red basically, and that's about it. I usually like Long Night in an early non-Volcar game. It lets you do some grind out some extra value, you know. Okay. So let's use some blue to explore. Or my blue explorer skill, rather. Action. Ugh. A swamp and a forest. Yuck, yuck, yuck. And then this enemy, oh god, I'm really like, I'm right in the middle of things, aren't I? I have to go through a swamp to get anywhere. I didn't really realize how constraining these mountains are. I wonder if it might have even actually been better to go this way. Oh well, at least I knew what I was getting into with the keep, which is nice. But anyway, I think we do have to go here. I'm just going to be sad about it for a bit, that's all. And the problem is this guy, you love having move cards against him. And I have mine all in hand right now. Okay. What I want, really, is to be able to have a concentrate swiftness against him, which is kind of tough. Because there's no ready access to green mana. The only way I could get it would be to mana draw powered by this white to turn the gold green. And also I might not draw swiftness in time, or concentrate in time, or will focus, I guess. And to keep one of my moves in hand right now, I guess I would just be playing Crystal Joy sideways if I needed to keep mana draw and swiftness. What other choices do I have? I could move a little bit more slowly. All I've spent right now is 2 move. It's not like I have to get in there now. I could just play Crystal Joy now, crystallizing some red, and keep the swiftness and my move cards in hand, and then be able to like play something else sideways next turn. I guess that's an alright thing to try. Oh, also, who's for sale? I didn't even look at that. Nobody at the keep. Okay, but village is looking alright. We have foresters. There's a village right here, of course. Anyway, so I'll crystallize the red. And then I think just stop here. I could use Crystal Joy to discard one of these cards and redraw Crystal Joy, but I don't want it again. I just want like all my moves and... Okay, it's white, so I could now gain green mana without having to use up this white crystal. That's nice. I drew Concentrate. Alright, we're getting there, I guess. So 2, 4, 5 move. This is like the exact hand I needed to do this. Into the swamp. Come here. We mana draw this white to turn this gold green. And we concentrate with one of the 2 green tokens that I get on swiftness and kill him. He's fortified! I'm so stupid every time! Okay. I mean, it's only 3 wounds, right? Yeah. And it's like, I don't technically have to kill this guy to make progress. I could go stop at the village and... you know. But then I would have to explore this way instead of coming up here, which I'd rather go up here anyway, probably. I don't know. I think I'm just going to take the 3 wounds to get through this guy. Yeah. Okay, so he hits me for 3, and then I counterattack for 6 and kill him. Then I heal these 2 wounds with potion making. Okay, fine. And that gets my reputation back to being almost tolerable. Why is it still -1 again? Ah, because the defenders of the keep were heroes, I remember. Okay. Well, wouldn't mind some restoration. There's green mana in the source even, so that's nice. Oh, I put it there. That's true. I'm gonna need big moves, though. Is there red in the source? There is. It's gonna be kind of hard to hire foresters, I think. Or to gain... There's only 7 deed cards left. I might just, like, kind of go through it looking for my restoration and try to head up here, maybe? Not worry about the village? Or up here, perhaps? I don't know. I'd like to get here. So let's improvise... Oh, hang on. I didn't necessarily need to spend all that. I could have maybe used my thugs to attack. Oh, my thugs could give me more reputation, more influence at the village, I guess? I don't know if I want foresters that badly. What else am I going to do with the thugs this round, right? Forests, hills, and swamps. I mean, that's pretty cool. They're right smack in the middle of a big old swamp. So I think improvising rage is like, this is the obvious thing to do, and it's just like, where do I move? Here or here? This if I'm heading towards the ruins. Here if I'm heading to the village. I think I should head towards the ruins, honestly. So just that. And then I think just more crystals is fine. And it gives me something to... Is there still a wound in here? There is, yeah, okay. So we'll be able to make use, hopefully, of the strong effect. Actually, how much move is in my deck? 1. That should be enough, I think. Did I take another? Yeah, I took my wound already, okay. This is my idea for the turn. Try to make progress towards that place. On the other hand, it's kind of hard to get enough moves, isn't it? No, I just have to draw 1. So we play Tranquility face down. Oh, remember, we're going to draw more cards. Dummy's been going slowly again. That's nice. Although not that slowly. So I think this is the entire turn, which kind of stinks. Oh, that's a terrible turn. Okay. Let's do it the other way around. Play this sideways. Don't be an idiot. Just move... Sorry. Powering this. Move into this forest. Now you can start getting the wounds healed by the magical glade, and your restoration is not as good, but, you know, whatever. Why pay for it if you can get it for free? There is no longer any green in the source, so my restoration's not a thing anymore. I'm sort of tempted to like power a stamina and march onto the ruins, hoping to get to them soonish. But I'm also tempted to just chill out on the glade for a bit, since I don't seem to be able to get my restoration. I think I'll compromise and do neither. I'll power a stamina to just explore twice and stay on the glade. And then probably daytime will come and I can look over here and see whether I want to go or not. So that's one. Okay, fine. I'll spend the other on exploring again. As planned. Okay. And that's the turn. Okay, so we get 2 more turns. Fine. So this isn't doing anything, unless actually, is there green? There's not. Okay, I guess we just chill out. Thank you. Yes, I should remove a wound. Oh, my night tactic. I forgot about that already. I should have discarded this instead. Let me go pick up my determination. I thought it wasn't going to matter because I knew I was drawing nothing. But actually, since I might want to do something, I'm going to keep a card that might be useful. I know this won't be because there's no green in the source. Dummy calls end of round. And there's just not much I can do. I could move off the glade, but I'd rather just heal, so I'm skipping this turn again. Play that as influence or whatever. All right, well that's night 1 finished. Went more quickly than the day. And we're on to day 1. What is this, by the way? It wants white mana. White mana! I'm stacked on white mana. I'm so happy. But we're going to do that in the next episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.